Good evening, friends. I'm CV Sharma back with another video. This is a theory part related to some graphs the connected to straight line motion. So I hope all of you know about these things. I'll go a little bit quickly about this, and if you still have some notes persist, you can note down in the notes and then give your comments in the comment section. So here I'm presenting the notes for you all. So position time graph, this is the condition of zero velocity when you have position time graph is a straight line like this. So that is a situation of zero velocity, or you can say the particle is at rest. Particle is at rest. Okay, when you have the line, this is a line parallel to x-axis, line parallel to x-axis. So parallel to, in fact, x-axis, that is a time axis for you. So if it is parallel to x-axis, then you can say that it is having zero velocity, and that means the displacement is not changing with the time. So here the explanation is given as the position of the particle is fixed at all times, so the body is at rest. The slope of the graph dx by dt is tan theta, that is tan zero, which is zero. Velocity of the particle is zero. So that is the crux of the first task, right? So next, let us move on. Uniform velocity will be like a straight line. So it will be of the form y equal to mx kind of thing, or y equal to mx plus c sort of thing. So uniform velocity here, tan theta is a constant, so that is dx by dt, and dx by dt is a constant. So uniform velocity is a situation, tan theta remains constant, tan theta is dx by dt, dx by dt is a constant, velocity of the particle is constant. So because it's a straight line, the slope remains constant. That is a basic idea here. So xt graph, that's a straight line. When you see a straight line like this with having certain slope tan theta and then have an inclination theta, then you can find the slope of the xt graph gives velocity. The crux of this thing is that slope of xt graph gives velocity. So that's the idea for you. So let's move on further. So non-uniform velocity, that's increasing with time in this case. As time is increasing, theta will also be increasing. So this is the important point here. So non-uniform velocity increasing with the time, velocity is increasing with time, and dx by dt is tan theta, that is also increasing. So hence the velocity of the particle is increasing. So x equal to t square, it's a parabolic variation. So it is undergoing positive acceleration. That is the situation. So at every point you check it. So you see that the theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So when with the time the angle keeps on increasing, and that's the case of positive acceleration. Okay. So that is the crux of this particular thing. Now let us move on. Non-uniform velocity decreasing with time. In this case, as the time increases, theta decreases. So dx by dt tan theta also decreases with time, and hence the velocity of the particle is decreasing. So that is a deceleration situation, what we are talking about. And now at each point, you just see, at each point you draw a tangent, and then slope of the tangent. You see that theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Or you can say with the time, theta 2 is less than theta 1. And if you take the third time, it is like another time interval if you consider, it will have the trend like this. The theta keeps on decreasing for the tangent. So that is the angle the tangent makes. Theta is the angle tangent at a given point makes with x-axis. Okay, this is the idea. Makes with x-axis. So this is the idea with which this problem can be worked out. So you can pause the video if you want to make a note. You can always pause the video and then do this thing. I hope you can do that. So the next part is velocity versus time graph. So if you don't have an acceleration, velocity of the time graph, that will be straight and parallel to time axis. So dv by dt is equal to 0 when you don't have any acceleration. So that is a zero acceleration situation. Velocity remains constant. Now, the next condition is that uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration, vt curve is a straight line. So we'll have a theta, and tan theta happens to be acceleration, that is dv by dt. So that remains constant. Tan theta is constant, hence it shows a constant acceleration. And uniform retardation is a situation when you have this kind of line. If you see this kind of line, this kind of line is a negative slope. Okay, this is a negative slope line, negative slope behavior. And when you see a line like this, that is a positive slope behavior. So these two, you can, these are pretty easy things, okay? Because this angle, when you consider this angle that is greater than 90 goes to second quadrant, and tan theta is negative in this case, and then for the acute angles less than 90, tan theta is positive, and hence you get positive acceleration. So this is a very basic stuff. Now let's go. Let's move on. And the acceleration versus time graph, and for the constant acceleration, it will be like this. And the curve is the line is parallel to time axis. Tan theta equal to 0, dA by dt equal to 0, and the acceleration is constant. Uniformly, if the acceleration is increasing, then you can have a straight line, and theta is constant, and it's an acute angle, and dA by dt is tan theta, that is constant, and the acceleration is uniformly increasing with time. Uniform decreasing acceleration, like what I said, this is the curve with the negative slope, and tan theta remains constant, but it is negative, and dA by dt is a negative constant, as the acceleration is uniformly decreasing with time. So I hope you can pause the video and then make a note of these things. Graphs in uniformly accelerated motion, x versus t graph is a quadratic polynomial in terms of t. If you have uniformly accelerated motion, a is non-zero. So if you find like this kind of curvature, this is a cup kind of curvature. When you see a cup sort of thing, the acceleration keeps on increasing with time. So that is a cup, and this is a hill. If you see a hill kind of curvature, that means the acceleration is negative in that case. So easily like this, you can remember the trick. Now you can make a note, pause the video and make a note. Now, B is a linear polynomial in terms of t. Okay, if the acceleration is constant, the VT graph is a straight line of slope a. So this straight line, if you see, this is the accelerating, this is the acceleration. The particle is accelerating, and then if you see this kind of thing, this kind of slope is a deceleration. Okay, negative slope. Okay, xt graph and vt graph. This is a vt graph, and acceleration time graph, that will be always remains the same. Okay, so negative acceleration, positive acceleration. If it is above 0, it's positive acceleration. If it is below 0, what you see is negative acceleration. Simple. Now you have, this is the thing, you can have a note here. Displacement x versus time graph, slope gives velocity. If the position time graph is a straight line, a is equal to 0. If it is a parabola opening upwards, a is greater than 0. That is this case. Parabola opening upwards, that's a cup, and it's a hill. When you see a hill sort of thing, so that is a bump like this, that's a hill I call. So that is a less than 0. You can check this. You can draw the tangents at each point. The slope keeps on decreasing. Okay, slope becomes negative at this point. You see this one, initially it's a slope negative, 0, and again positive. Like this, you can draw the tangents and then check very easily. Now, so if it is a parabola opening downwards, it's a less than 0. So you can make a note of these things. The next point is that to convert a displacement time graph into a distance time graph, place a plane mirror at O origin and parallel to time axis, and then take it reflection. So this is a displacement thing, and then you place like this, you place a plane mirror like this, and then take a reflections So when you take a reflection, you get like this. So like this you get. So distance versus displacement. You don't have the negative part, negative slope parts you don't have, right? So the velocity, the speed will be always positive. So turn it like this, then you get very simply you can get it. Now that's a trick to do this. The next part, let us see. So when you have VT graph, slope gives the acceleration, area under VT curve gives the displacement distance. So if you want a displacement, something like this, two curves, you have to subtract the areas for the displacement. And if you take modulus of these two, modulus of A1, modulus of A2, and just add up the quantities by not considering the signs, then you get the distance. It is pretty simple, of course. Now, afterwards, what you have is to convert the velocity time graph into speed time graph. Place a plane mirror along the time axis. So let's place a plane mirror along time axis, and then flip this negative part. You flip the reflection. So when you flip the reflection, this is how you get. There's a reflected part here. This is depicted here. What I mean to say is, draw the reflection here and eliminate this part. This is what you are going to get. So that's how you do the speed time graph using the velocity time graph. The next one, this is a very nice one. To get the acceleration from the Vx graph at any point P, draw a tangent and normal at P as shown. Then the subnormal AB gives the acceleration. The value of subnormal will give the acceleration at the point P. So here, this basically this is based on the fact that the acceleration is equal to V into dV by dx. So this is the formula with which you can solve this problem. This is how you get the subnormal. So why this AB actually happens to be the V into dV by dx. This is the crux here. AB happens to be V into dV by dx. So that is what is called subnormal. So what we do is, suppose you have a curvature like this. So at the point P, you have to draw a tangent, okay, and then normal to the tangent like this. This normal cuts at the point P, and then you draw a parallel line parallel to the velocity axis. So that is PA here. So you draw a parallel line, and now this tangent makes an angle theta here, and you can easily make out the slope is tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but the slope of the velocity displacement curve, that is dV by dx here. Okay, and now the crux is what is this length then? This length PA, this length happens to be the velocity, okay, from this curve. So from this triangle, let us say this point is like P. This is the point at which we have drawn. He has shown the P here. Actually, P should be here. So PAB, let us take the triangle and find tan theta from it. What is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite side, that is AB divided by this 90 for you, and then that is PA. AB divided by PA. But PA is nothing but the velocity. So AB is what I want. AB is nothing but the velocity. Sorry, AB is nothing but PA times tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but dV by dx, right? PA times tan theta. But PA is nothing but the velocity. V into tan theta is dV by dx for you. That is my AB. This AB is what is my subnormal. Subnormal is nothing but my AB, length AB, that length AB. So it may look like it is only displacement, okay. So but don't worry, it directly gives the value that I just shown you, how the AB is V into dV by dx. V into dV by dx happens to be the acceleration. So that's it. That's a very nice trick here. So to solve this particular problem. Now, I hope you understood how to derive the acceleration from a velocity displacement curve. So the next one is AT graph, acceleration time graph. Area under acceleration time graph gives the change in velocity. Area under AX graph gives like this. So AX graph is what you have. So when you take AX graph, area is A into dx. But here is the crux. So area is integral A into dx. So this is what you get. But A is V into dv by x into dx. Dx you can take out. So integral v dv. So that is v square minus u square by 2. This is what you are going to get. So that is difference of the squares of the velocities, difference of the squares of initial and final velocities, whole divided by 2. So that is what you have here. Now, so this is a these are the graphical analysis a little bit, and so that is where, and after this some problems are there. So with that, at this point I'll stop this video. I hope you understood this. And again, in the next videos we'll see some more problems. And thank you all. Thanks for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you all.